Tale of the tape between Evander Holyfield and Lennox Lewis. 3-year age advantage for the British fighter. And because of the condition of the seating around ringside, fans jammed in like sardines, Lewis has some difficulty making it to the corner of the ring. Olympic gold medal in 1988, defeating Riddick Bowe to win it as a professional. 34 wins, the 1 second-round knockout, lost 1 punch at the hands of McCall, later avenged. 27 knockouts for the 2-time belt holder from England. Three losses for Holyfield, 2 to Riddick Bowe, 1 to Michael Moorer. 36 wins, 25 knockouts. But with the sole exception of his knockout against Buster Douglas, against larger fighters, Holyfield has almost always gone the distance. Against Foreman, twice against Bowe, and recently against Vaughn Bean. Now let's go up the ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
From London, England, he weighed in at 246 pounds with a record of 34 wins, 1 loss. He has 27 big wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome the 1988 Olympic gold medalist, now in his 2nd reign as world champion. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the hard-hitting, 2-time and current WBC heavyweight champion of the world, introducing Lennox Lewis. From Atlanta, Georgia, he weighed in at a ready 215 pounds. His record stands at 36 wins, 3 losses, 25 wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome the former undisputed cruiserweight world champion, the former undisputed heavyweight world champion, only the 2nd man in history to have captured the heavyweight crown 3 times. Ladies and gentlemen, here is boxing's warrior, the IBF and WBA heavyweight champion of the world, introducing Evander, the real deal Holyfield.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. You received the rules earlier tonight. Let's have a nice clean fight, touch gloves, and good luck to the both of you.
Holyfield seeming to slip as Lewis landed the first punch of the bout. Lewis's job to fire his jab and be aggressive behind it. The chant in the background, Lewis, Lewis, Lewis. From the English fans, the second of the two.
You know, in the dressing room, they complain about Evander Holyfield's cup being high. Then you come out and see Lennox Lewis is wearing his cup almost up to his chest. What a great strategy by Lewis. I mean, by Emmanuel Stewart.
Well, I told you about Stewart's track record in heavyweight title fights. Don Turner in the other corner is top drawer as well. Left hook by Holyfield, blocked by Lewis.
What you want to do, Lewis, you are the taller man. Just don't get low. Make sure every punch that Evander Holyfield throws is up high. Catch him with your hand. Evander should go to the body. He can't protect that.
Double jabs for Lewis. So far in the first round, Lewis has been in and out with the jab, sometimes firing it aggressively, sometimes just laying it out there. Left hook lands for Holyfield.
But because Lewis is up high, it's non-effective. Evander Holyfield should get to that body and make him drop those hands.
And Holyfield trying to tackle Lewis in the middle of the ring, and Lennox smiles at him as if to say, what the heck was that all about?
You're not going to go on with me in the ring, okay? Let's keep it clean.
Let him rest, Ralph.
Let's go. We're going to have a clean fight.
Water, Court. Water. Give me water, Court. Right here. You know you're getting away from his right hand good, and his chin is right there. When you stop it, nail him with yours.
Seconds out, gentlemen.
Evander Holyfield's minor prophecies for this fight is that he would dominate every minute of the fight from bell to bell. That didn't happen in the first round.
That goes by the wayside because Holyfield only threw 17 punches in round one, reminiscent of the difficulty he had getting off against Bowe, particularly in the third fight when he couldn't even throw 40 punches around. 17 punches around won't win for Evander Holyfield, and he cringes against the rope as Lewis lands a right hand.
This is one of those fights you just want to sit back and let it happen.
You know, if you didn't know about his third round prediction, you would be guessing that you would be saying that Holyfield looked sluggish. But here we're just sort of waiting for him to wake up in the third round.
Lennox Lewis is right where he want to be. Evander is allowing him to just stand up straight and stick his left hand out. Evander should close the distance.
Well, the suspicion is that it was Holyfield who wanted the smaller ring so that he could fight Lewis at closer quarters. But he hasn't been in there so far.
Yeah, he takes a couple of pounds. There's a good left hook by Evander Holyfield.
Lewis, who seemed very composed when we met with him yesterday, has not looked nervous in the first two rounds here. Where the Holyfield fans are wondering why their man doesn't get off. Raucous noise in the upper deck, where the Englishmen are enjoying Lewis's early dominance. Body shot by Lewis, partially blocked.
Now, Lewis' back is starting to go to the ropes, and that's not where you want to be. Once his back starts touching the rope, Holyfield is going to get confident.
But once again in round two, Evander Holyfield very sparing in his punch output.
Lewis went after Holyfield, pinned him on the ropes, didn't hit him with anything big, but punished him with those shots on the arms and the back. But it's been the jab that has dominated the first two rounds. You just heard Holyfield say to his corner, this is the round he goes out. So either he doesn't have it tonight or he's been saving it for right now, and he comes out in a very aggressive posture.
Well, if he opens up to try to fulfill the round three prophecy, does Lewis get a chance with the right hand? Lewis, 21 of 54 with the jab in the first two rounds. Holyfield has only thrown 24 punches in rounds one and two. You know what Holyfield said about round three. Aggressive combination so far. Over the top with the right hand. Did he get into Lewis's head? Did he make Lewis fear round three?
You know, the good thing that Evander Holyfield chose those gloves because he's planning on putting his hands on his head to block the shots. And the gloves he's using have a bigger pad right by the blocking on the wrist there. So he was clever in picking those gloves.
Leaving Lewis with what are called the puncher's gloves.
It's like a pillow.
Holyfield landed a left hook inside and lands a right hand, and Lewis is stunned. Evander attacking, trying to fulfill the prophecy. Lewis seemingly trying to collect himself as he stands in the corner and waits. Holyfield misses with the haymaker.
You want to make sure you're conservative now. Evander Holyfield has got 12 rounds to go. Throwing a big shots like that.
Lewis lands the uppercut for the first time in the fight and lands again as Holyfield tries to come inside. 1 minute to go in the prophecy.
It seems that he's real effective when he attacks Lennox Lewis. I don't know why he stops. Lewis had better pick his hands up, keep his hands up. That's about all he can do.
I think he's trying to set him up for something, George. I don't know what it is. The right hand right there.
Right cross landed flush for Holyfield. Lewis seemingly stunned again. Tries to come back with an uppercut. Now Lewis lands his right cross.
Boy, he made a choice with those gloves. Right on the wrist, they have power to block shots.
fulfill a prophecy, the left hand. He really never got it going. Later in the round, that right hand landed flush on the nose, didn't bother Lewis, and Holyfield seemed a little discouraged sitting in the corner. Now he has a long fight in front of him, perhaps.
Harold Letterman, how do you have it through 3?
Jim, 29-28, 2 rounds to 1, Lennox Lewis. Certainly he won the first 2 rounds. He said Evander didn't do much, but Evander won that 3rd round a lot bigger than Lennox won the first 2.
Good. What you want the shorter man to do is reach for everything.
The better he does, just as Emmanuel Stewart has told him all along, would be the case. Right hand lands again for Lewis.
Hey, I'm making contact. When I do zero in, I'm going to go for the big one.
Look at how unstoppable Lewis is when he fires the jab with frequency.
He just doesn't believe in his jab, though.
Left hook lands for Holyfield. Backs Lewis into the corner again. Right hand lands inside for Holyfield.
Nothing happens when Lewis stands straight up. It's when he starts to bend as the fight go on, that's when the problems may start. That's when Holyfield can land 4 and 5 shots.
Lewis again missing just over the top with the right hand. Holyfield blocking. Lewis punching. Lewis with a right hand and a left hook. Tough round to score.
We've had less spontaneous combustion than a sort of planned obsolescence so far.
Lewis threw 36 jabs in round 4, 17 of them landed. You see that he gets the round on the Letterman card and goes up 3 rounds to 1 there.
Holyfield starting to step in with his jab a little bit. Now that'll help him out. Make the big man stoop down. Make the big man bend his waist.
Holyfield stepping in the jab to the body, George, but reaching to do so. And you heard Emmanuel Stewart say, come up with the uppercut. Lewis lands a right hand. Holyfield stunned against the ropes. Hard right hand by Lewis. Holyfield on the defensive. Right hand lands again. Thunder in round 5 for Lewis. To the body. Following Stewart's instructions.
Holyfield wants to catch him reaching with his right hand and land one at the same time.
Is he hurt or is he playing possum? Is he hurt or is he playing possum, George? He's hurt.
Yeah, he's had some body punching and they hurt.
And the uppercut landed flush. Long time left in the round. Finishing time for Lewis. Mercanti came over to get a good look at Evander, as if to say, why aren't you throwing back?
Holyfield started to react a little when he saw the referee coming.
Home court advantage for Lewis for the moment as the crowd upstairs chants for their man.
Lewis is doing a good job of keeping his hands up so far. Holyfield is having to reach and jump for everything he gets.
Lewis's size, his jab, all conspiring to limit Holyfield's punch output. Evander just not getting off.
Then the Holyfield has started to fight. All of the strategy and everything is going out of the window now.
He can't win a boxing match this way. Now he goes to the body. Blood along the bridge of the nose of Lewis as he busts Holyfield with a 4-punch combination. Good footwork for Lewis there. Holyfield reaching but not finding anything.
Right now, Evander Holyfield looks like an old fighter. With his long arms, Lewis hit Holyfield behind the head and may have disoriented him. And later in the round, holding him, punishing him.
It's open already.
This was the way Holyfield was supposed to look against Lewis. You heard Evander Holyfield say, sorry, Emmanuel Stewart say, right now this man looks slow, you wouldn't believe it on the tape.
Lennox Lewis had a fight plan to come in aggressively behind his jab, to find the right hand occasionally, and to keep Evander Holyfield out away from him at range. So far, he's following it almost to the tee, but Holyfield lands a big left hook as Lewis carelessly drops his right hand.
great warrior.
You got to give the Holyfield respect. Every moment that bell has not rung, you got to give him respect.
You can't make a mistake like that. Lewis lackadaisical for a moment and paid big time.
While Lewis drops his hand and bends over, it's a mystery to me that he has a little swelling and a little blood on his face.
Lewis with blood on the bridge of his nose. Holyfield grinning a little bit as he stalks. Tries to get inside again.
Oh, no. That's not a mark. Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah, you got it. Uppercut. Yeah, you got it. Lewis. Thunder on Holyfield's chin.
You follow a boxer and take his crown. You follow a puncher and you get knocked down.
Lewis holding his left hand below his waist, George, inviting a right hand lead from Holyfield.
He's a little perplexed, so to speak. I don't know why he drops his hand.
Turner asked Holyfield to fire right-hand leads, asked him to feint with the left hook and come back with the right cross. Evander hasn't done that. This is no Mike Tyson that Evander can push around the ring. He gets pushed backward when they come together.
You don't follow a puncher around. You just don't do that.
Arrogance of Lewis as he walks around the ring with his hands below his waist.
And Evander Holyfield looks dispirited. Lennox, he got old horse.
Lennox Lewis only threw 22 jabs in that round. Emmanuel Stewart, between rounds, leading with his fighter to throw more jabs. Be less tentative.
Holyfield marked up. You think, George, that Lewis is getting the best advice now in which Emmanuel Stewart.
They both go down in the corner. Arthur Mercantine is going to rule it a slip.
59-55, Lennox Lewis. And the judges really see the clean punches and the effective aggressiveness. You can't miss shots like that, Jim. And the only aggressive round
Holyfield is hurt, but Lewis better not play with him.
Holyfield waiting against the ropes as Lewis tries to load a right hand. You can almost hear Stewart say, throw the doggone thing. Don't wait.
Well, he saw that he was playing possum and he refused to throw it.
Left hand blocked.
That Evander Holyfield's got a left hook to the body that's really painful. Tonight, Holyfield is going to have to fight, and it won't be anything but a fight.
Big right hand lands for Lewis. Holyfield again inactive, not throwing many punches. Uppercut. Right hand. Holyfield stunned in the middle of the ring. Lewis misses. Goes to the body. If you want to finish,
Follow him, Holyfield. Don't follow him.
if you want to finish Lennox, go to the body. There goes the chance in the upper deck again. Left hook partially blocked. Uppercut again.
And he leans on the back of Holyfield. That really takes a lot out of you when a big man leans on your back like that.
Left hook inside for Holyfield after Lewis's uppercut was partially blocked. Big round for Lennox Lewis. In round 7, by CompuBox numbers, Holyfield was 8 of 21. Lennox Lewis 33 of 59, including 22 of 32 power shots. Don Turner is getting more desperate as he asks his fighter to fight.
Lewis is acting like a matador. He stands there, jab, and then slides left and right.
Little combination for Lewis, but generally speaking, punch combinations few and far between for Evander.
Evander's getting into a jabbing contest, and that's not what he wants right now. This guy has a good jab, and his trainers told him to use it. You need to stay close and just touch him every now and then. Just get a little closer and stay closer. You see, you don't have to hit him hard. Just stay close. Make him unravel.
Right cross, left hook, both landed for Lewis. Holyfield walking in, but not punching.
Now that jab of Lewis has really been a good Sugar Ray Robinson left jab now. He just doesn't seem to believe in it enough.
Push in. Push in.
Right hand stops Evander in his tracks again. Evander Holyfield may be a warrior, but he's a silent warrior right now.
Holyfield can't get away from it, can't launch anything, and even that quick right hand is almost like a jab. By keeping it busy, Holyfield is unable to mount an attack.
Lewis using his jab so far to dominate the action against Holyfield. Lewis bouncing a little bit now as round 9 begins.
Now that's what Holyfield wants. Get Lewis to bounce and get off of the pitcher's mound, so to speak. Then you can get something going. But as long as you got him standing there, make him miss mid-counter.
There's a little bit of urgency now in Holyfield's step. You can sense that he knows he has to get going.
Evander Holyfield has been past 8 rounds 10 times in his career. Lewis only 4, and Lewis has never had a knockout past the 8th.
Lewis, every now and then, whenever he drops his hand or bend his waist, he get in trouble. But as long as he's straight up, it's his night. Now, I don't know about who's the better infighter tonight, but I think Lewis is looking like the better one. When you think about what's going in.
Well, when he uses the uppercut, George, he triples his effectiveness as an infighter.
Lewis is boxing now.
There is certainly not a lot of drama here. It's lived down.
Lewis, all he has to do is keep his right hand up and just circle Holyfield to his right. Go to his right and make him throw his left hook.
Lewis landed a short right hand with a thud. Thought for a minute he might have Holyfield hurt. Evander comes pressing forward and firing the left. Time running out on Holyfield.
That's even better because if Holyfield charges him a little bit, he can even put a little power to it.
Evander reaching with a right hand. Lewis ties him up again. Crowd in the expensive seats at floor level, largely silent.
Evander Holyfield has had some surprises and miracles in his career. He needs one in these last 3 rounds.
Harold, how do you have it through 9?
Jim, 7 rounds to 2, 88, 83, Lennox Lewis. I like Evander Holyfield. He gets aggressive, but I've only seen aggressiveness in 2 rounds, and that's the 3rd of the night. I thought he pulled up the night by getting aggressive, just like he's doing now.
Here comes the aggressiveness. Here comes the Holyfield rally. Here comes the indomitable warrior we've seen so many times. He's complaining about headbutts.
Let me tell you, when you fight in Holyfield, he brings out everything. Headbutt, kick, slinging. He's been doing everything tonight, picking up guys.
Well, Lewis isn't the first fighter to complain that Holyfield butts. Mike Tyson spent a lot of time talking to referees in Nevada about that.
Yeah, but Joe Lewis would never revert to all of that.
Hard right hand for Holyfield. Biggest punch in a while. Lewis landed the jab and left it out there while Holyfield stepped in and landed the right.
Every time he steps back, when he catches that right hand, you got to keep it on him, Evander.
Right cross landed for Lewis.
You know what? That's what you want the smaller, the shorter arm a fighter to do is keep following you, reaching. Reach out for everything you get, make him miss by keeping your hands up.
Uppercut landed again for Lewis.
Holyfield should be closer. You just got to stay close. Anything good is going to happen because Holyfield is close.
Yeah, when they're out at range like this, Evander just can't deal with it. For that reason, jab, jab, jab.
Lewis goes to the body 2 or 3 times, then he comes back up to the head. Floyd Patterson would love that.
Here's where Holyfield come in and butted Lewis in the head. Lewis is complaining and caging him. Later in the round,
The best punch Holyfield has thrown, perhaps, in this fight.
Round 10 was Holyfield's best in CompuBox numbers, 21 out of 55 punches. But Lewis was 31 of 48, including 24 of 37 jabs. So he continues to pound the jab with accuracy.
Lewis had the strength, but Lewis has simply outskilled him tonight.
You know what? All of the talk about Evander may have had too many wars. It hasn't seemed like it tonight.
You don't think Evander's had too many wars?
No, Evander's very strong. If someone would just come in and take away that jab.
Yeah, well, it's like Larry says. It's Lewis's tactical skill that's winning the fight for him.
This boy was an Olympic heavyweight champion one time.
And he lands a big right hand. Would Lennox Lewis show up for a big fight? And he did.
Good right hand by Evander Holyfield.
Big lands. But Lewis seems unruffled by it.
Doesn't even have to be hard. When Lewis just sticks it out there, it stops. All of the action.
But there is still one round to go against a great fighter who has not been great tonight.
3 minutes to go to a unified heavyweight championship. Lennox Lewis has never lost a decision.
You might have got that round because you're making a miss. What you ain't doing is shake your hand. You let him miss, come back with something. All you doing is doing this, doing this. You got to be a little more aggressive on it. You let the goddamn man miss. Last round, touch gloves, champ.
Gotta outwork him.
Who will close the show?
Who wants it? Let's go. Who wants it? Let's go.
Unless our eyes have fooled us badly, Evander Holyfield needs a knockout desperately right now to hold on to his shares of the heavyweight championship of the world. Lewis fighting with the right hand over and over. And you heard the urgency of Emmanuel Stewart between rounds.
I believe that Holyfield has one more knockdown in his right there stuck in those arms. He's still got one.
We're rooting for the old guy, George, understandably.
He hasn't been close to knocking Lewis down, George.
He's got one more punch, I'm telling you. Only Lewis would just bend his waist.
Lewis lands the right hand again as Holyfield's lean thin. Trying to keep the title in the colonies, George. They're singing upstairs.
Oh, let's keep it clean on this one.
Holyfield now seems to be just waiting for the bell to ring. Come on, Holyfield, do something.
He hasn't got it, George. The old warrior has no rally left. Lewis just staring him down.
I don't think he should taunt the great guy, though.
Again ties Holyfield up inside. It's been an easy boxing exhibition for the bigger man.
Let me tell you, he's had the heart.
This fight may be the biggest anti-climax dramatically since the impeachment, but if a Brit wins, it will be the biggest news in the British Isles for many a decade.
Not since Bob Fitzsimmons in 1897 has a citizen of Great Britain held an undisputed heavyweight title. We may be minutes away from that watershed right now.
You know, I gotta say something.
Please do.
The people at Time Warner, they produce the youngest heavyweight champ of the world, the oldest heavyweight champion. When all the dust is settled, they produce, once again, the United Heavyweight One Champion of the world, Seth Abraham. You got to give it to the guy.
Well, on behalf of the company, thank you, George. You're a part of it, too.
This is an event. This was happening before I came on the scene.
We're ready for the official decision. Let's go to Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds, judge at ringside, Eugenia Williams scores about 115 to 113 in favor of Evander Holyfield. Judge at ringside, Stanley Christodoulou scores about 116 to 113 in favor of Lennox Lewis. Judge at ringside, Larry O'Connell scores about 115 to 115, even a draw. The decision is even a draw. Both champions retain their belts.
That's a travesty. That is, ladies and gentlemen, a travesty, an outrage, a highway robbery. Lennox Lewis has just been robbed of the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. He won it, and he didn't get it.
You know, that is a shame.
What do you want to say to Lennox Lewis?
Well, my whole thing is that he ain't nothing like a man that when he get his opportunity, he shine. The man really shined. I never say he wasn't tough. He showed that he was tough, and it's good for the game of boxing.
Was he a better fighter than you thought he was?
Well, I never did think that he was a bad fighter. I just know that style makes fight, and he did well this time, you know.
Thank you very much, Evander.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to talk to Emmanuel Stewart. Lennox Lewis was so disgusted with the decision that he left the ring. Emmanuel Stewart, first give us your impression of the scoring of the fight.
You know, first of all, it was a terrible decision. Anybody can see the fight, and I normally don't even complain, even the Thomas Harris Sugar Ray Leonard #2 fight. But this fight is really what's hurting boxing. Every time we try to move boxing forward and make a great fight of some type like this kind of crap that comes on, well, that only won 3 rounds and 4 at the most. But nevertheless, it's called a draw. This is what's killing boxing.